Hi. Hi, everyone. I'm Holly Johnson. Thank you for coming to my webinar. This is actually my first webinar. I've done public speaking before, but this is our first time, so we had a small glitch there at the beginning. But anyways, I'm just going to introduce myself and talk about why we're here for a minute until people show up, and then I'll start my slideshow and we'll go through the credit cards. So we had a small glitch there at the beginning. Hold on one second. All right. So again, I'm Holly Johnson. My website is Club Thrifty. My husband's Greg. I'm a freelance writer, and my husband and I blog for a living. And I write about credit card rewards. So I'm going to share my screen with you and start my slideshow presentation here. Hold on one second. Wow, I'm really sucking. Greg, can you show me how to put my travel webinar in there?
What'd you do?
I didn't do anything.
You shut it off. Hold on, folks. There we go.
All right, can you see that? All right, I'm sorry. Like I said, this is our first webinar, so we're kind of working out the kinks. We practiced last night, but it didn't go very well, obviously. So anyways, this is the front page of my website that you're looking at here. This is myself, my husband, and my two kids. My kids are 4 and 6, and they'll be 5 and 7 soon. And our website's about frugality and travel and basically optimized living, which is getting the most out of your money. So, and our credit cards page is clubthrifty.com/credit cards, in case you didn't know. Aside from blogging at Club Thrifty, I also write for a living. I'm contributing editor at The Simple Dollar. I write about credit card rewards at Frugal Travel Guy. I write at U.S. News and World Report Travel. I write about investing at Personal Capital, and I write about credit cards at Lending Tree. So I'm kind of all over the web. And all right, so let's get started. Back at the beginning, when I started using credit card rewards, the first offer I ever got was for a Chase Freedom card. And I opened it, and it said, I think the sign-up bonus was $100 if you spent $500 at the time. And I thought that was the coolest thing ever, but I almost didn't believe it. But anyways, I tried it, and of course, I spent $500 on my card, which was easy to do because we were spending like $300 a month on groceries at the time. And I got my $100 bonus, and I was totally hooked. So I started writing about credit cards because I write about personal finance for a living, and it was kind of a natural thing for me, but also because I love getting free stuff. I mean, I wish I had a reason that sounds less selfish than that, but I honestly just love getting free stuff. So a lot of people ask why they should bother with credit card rewards at all. These are my basic answers. You earn cash back or rewards for stuff you're going to buy anyways, whether that's groceries, gas, utility bills, anything that you can pay on credit, you might as well earn points for that. You can travel the world at a price you can afford, and that's absolutely true. Another reason rewards credit cards are especially lucrative is because you can get certain perks like trip cancellation coverage, primary rental car coverage, loyalty status with hotels and airlines. And that's really awesome if you travel a lot like I do. Another reason is you don't have to pay taxes on credit card rewards yet. And that's so awesome because if you pay a lot of taxes like I do, it feels so good to earn something that the government is not trying to take a piece back. It's awesome. So, and the last thing, of course, why not? I don't know. I can't think of a good reason. If you're trying to figure out if credit card rewards and specifically travel rewards are for you, they're the best idea for people who have good credit, are living a debt-free lifestyle, if you're organized, able to pay your bills in full and on time, and if you can talk yourself out of overspending to earn extra points. All of those are really important because you don't want to go into debt to get credit card rewards, because that's really, really dumb. And your trips will cost you way, way more money if you're paying interest on your balances and buying stuff you don't need. It's crazy. So those are the minimum requirements, in my opinion. The different types of rewards cards are cashback, hotel, airline, fixed value travel credit, and then flexible rewards, which are my favorite. I love flexible rewards cards, and we're getting ready to talk about a couple. But before we get there, a lot of people want to know how people are earning all these points and miles to go on all these trips. And the main way they're doing it is by earning sign-up bonuses. That's what myself and my husband do. You sign up for a new card, you meet a minimum spending requirement, and then you earn a sign-up bonus that is worth a lot. And common examples are like spend $2,000 in 90 days, spend $1,000 in 90 days. That sounds really crazy until you think about what you can put on credit and pay off right away. Most people are spending at least, $500 or $600 a month on groceries. I know in my household we can pay health insurance on credit without paying a fee for that. So that's another $450 we pay on credit every month. I can pay my car insurance, my homeowner's insurance, our umbrella policy. I can pay all our miscellaneous, my kids' gymnastics. I mean, the sky is the limit. But the biggest bang for your buck is the sign-up bonus, and that's why I have so many credit cards, to be honest. All right, so what I'm going to do here is talk about some of my favorite cards and talk about how I've used them. And this isn't how you have to use them. It's just how I've used them, kind of offering some ideas. So let's get started. These are my personal favorite cards. Which card is best for you depends on a lot of factors, but these are just the ones that I love the most in every category. So the first one is the Chase Sapphire Preferred card. I'm a little embarrassed. I forgot to change the sign-up bonus on this slide. It's usually 40,000 points, like it says, but right now it's actually 50,000 points after you spend $4,000 in 90 days, which is, again, is a lot until you think about the regular bills that you're putting on credit every month anyways. I love the Chase Sapphire Preferred card. It's one of the only cards that I'll pay the annual fee on and keep. The main reason is because the points are so flexible and lucrative. Like it says here, you earn ultimate rewards points, which are my favorite. You can transfer those points at a 1-to-1 ratio to 11 transfer partners. And those transfer partners are the best, in my opinion. They include Southwest Airlines, which is the best airline for families who are trying to travel for free within the United States and the Caribbean. Other transfer partners are Marriott, IHG, Ritz-Carlton, British Airways, United, lots of good ones, and Hyatt. The other cool thing about Chase Sapphire Preferred points, Chase points, is that you can use them to shop for travel through the Chase Ultimate Rewards travel portal. It's a lot like Expedia. You just enter in what trip you want and you can pay for them, and you get 50,000 points is worth $625 in travel. So that could be, almost 2 round-trip domestic flights, or it could be 3 or 4 nights in your favorite hotel, or whatever you wanted it to be. So anyways, that's my favorite card by far. And one of the places that we use some Chase points is at the Park Hyatt in Paris, which was a really fun experience. It's a really expensive hotel. It's like $1,000 a night. And we were there on points, and we couldn't have felt more out of place. It would be impossible because everybody there was dressed in Armani from head to toe, and we were like wearing fanny packs. It was really funny. But we had a really good time, and it was something that I never, ever would experience if not for travel rewards, because I would never pay $1,000 for a hotel. I just wouldn't. So we used our points. We didn't pay a dime to stay there. They even gave us free breakfast. I have no idea why, but it was really awesome. And this is in Paris again, near our hotel. That's the Opera. All right. And then here is one of my other favorite personal credit cards, the IHG Reward Select credit card. The reason I love this card so much, it's another Chase card, and you don't earn Chase Ultimate Rewards points. You earn IHG Rewards Club points, but they are so useful at all different kinds of hotels, even all-inclusive resorts. Last year, my husband and I took our kids to an all-inclusive in Jamaica on IHG points. And it was awesome because all-inclusive means your drinks and food and everything is included. So talk about a budget trip, because we used points for our hotel stay, and then all our food and drink was included. All we brought was a couple $100s to tip people. You also get a free night every night on your anniversary. There's a $49 annual fee on this card, but it's waived the first year. So you can earn the points, redeem them, and then cancel if you want. I think the sign-up bonus on this one right now is 60,000 points after you spend $1,000. That's really easy to do. And I've talked pretty much everyone I know into getting this card and going to that all-inclusive in Jamaica. In fact, this spring break, we're going again on the same points. And my parents are going, and my sister and her family are going. And we're going to just sit on the beach and play in the surf and relax. Here's a picture of that resort I was just talking about in Jamaica. It really is nice. Like, it sounds crazy that something would be that nice that you're paying with points, but it is really, really nice. It has a private island, as you can see. And the cool thing is that even if you pay to go out to Holiday Inn, Sunsbury resorts, kids eat and stay free. So that's part of the reason it's so cheap to stay there on points. But it's also really kid-friendly. In front of that little island, it's like a big, giant Caribbean bathtub because there's no waves. It's awesome. And that brings me to one of my next favorite personal credit cards, which is the Southwest Rapid Rewards Premier and Plus cards. Right now, the public offer is for the Premier card. Sometimes the sign-up bonus on this card is 50,000 points after you spend $2,000 in 90 days. But right now, it's only 25,000 points. So I wouldn't sign up for it now personally. I would wait. If you really want to start earning Southwest Rapid Rewards points, I would sign up for the Chase Sapphire Preferred card because they transfer to Southwest 1-to-1. But anyways, Southwest flights can be crazy, crazy cheap because, as it says at the top of this sheet, they're fare-based redemptions. So when Southwest has a sale, all their flights go on sale, even if you're paying in points. So like I told you that sometimes you can get a 50,000 point sign-up bonus on this card. My husband and I are going to see a concert. We're going to go see Pearl Jam in Raleigh in April. And I caught a sale on our flights, and they were 3,800 points each way. So for 2 round-trip flights to Raleigh, I paid less than 16,000 points total to fly there and back, which is crazy for 2 round-trip tickets. The only thing I had to pay was the government-mandated airline taxes and fees, which is $5.60 per leg. And that you can't avoid. So the other awesome thing about Southwest is that check bags are free, your first 2 check bags. So whenever I fly Southwest, which is all the time, I never pay for check bags. And Southwest 2 years ago started flying to a bunch of awesome places in the Caribbean, like Aruba, Cancun, Montego Bay, Costa Rica, San Juan, Belize. And that's also how we fly to Jamaica with the kids, because it's so cheap and we don't have to check our bags and we can pay with points. So it's really, really cool. And there are my kids in Jamaica, actually. They're on the balcony. We got an oceanfront room. The other cool thing about that IHG card is that it gives you automatic platinum status with IHG. So because we were platinum, we got upgraded to an oceanfront room, and it was really nice. And my kids love it there, and I can't wait to go back. All right, another one of my favorite personal cards, and this is one I would actually suggest getting sooner rather than later. The Starwood Preferred Guest American Express card. Marriott bought Starwood not too long ago, and they're merging. So this card may or may not be around forever. It might be here 5 years from now, but it may disappear. Who knows? But regardless, right now the sign-up bonus is 25,000 points after you spend $3,000 in 90 days. You can use those points for hotel stays all over the world. But they also transfer to a lot of airline partners. So people who fly a lot and who use kind of weird, obscure international airlines really, really like this card. I personally don't transfer points from Starwood anywhere except for American Airlines, because that's the only airline that I really use out of their transfer partners. But a lot of people love it. This is another card with an annual fee that's waived the first year. So you can earn the points, use them, cancel the card within 12 months if you want. We, some of the different places we've used Star Points are, we went and stayed in London. This is at Westminster Abbey in London. We stayed at the Park Lane Sheraton Hotel on Star Points, and it was 12,000 points a night. And our hotel was right across the street from Buckingham Palace, and it was right near the tube. It was awesome. It was pretty upscale too. London's kind of expensive, but we went to Westminster Abbey. I loved it. I loved old churches. It was awesome. We saw the Tower of London when the poppies were out, and Greg took this picture, and I love it. I love the Tower of London. I love English history, Henry VIII. I wish I would have known a little more about English history before we went to the Tower of London, because I missed some really cool stuff there, but we'll go back. There's me on that same trip. We went to Stonehenge. That was really awesome. It was very windy though, very windy and rainy, as you can tell by that picture. I look awful. All right. Another personal card that I really like, that I have myself, of course, is the Marriott Rewards Premier Credit Card. And I just added this one to my slideshow actually because the sign-up bonus is a little higher than normal. Right now it's 80,000 points after you spend $3,000 on your card within 90 days. You also get a free category 1 through 5 night on your account anniversary. The only thing with this one is there's an $85 annual fee and it's not waived. So that's really unusual. Most cards waive it the first year, but this one doesn't. But your 80,000 Marriott points can pay for like 4 or 5 hotel nights in certain properties, or it can pay for 2 or 3 nights in nicer properties. So it's still a good deal. We actually just used Marriott points to stay. This is in December of last year, just a couple months ago. We went on winter break when my kids were out of school. My husband had a beard. And we used Marriott points to stay at the JW Marriott Resort and Spa in Cancun. And it was super, super nice. When we were there, rooms were going for over $800 a night. It was very, very upscale. We are very low scale, so we didn't quite fit in. But the service, honestly, was some of the best I've ever had in the world. It was really nice. Kind of pricey, but nice. Pricey food. All right, and another one of my favorite personal cards. When I say Southwest is my favorite airline to fly domestic into the Caribbean, American Airlines is my favorite airline for international flights. So that's how I got to England and France. And right now, the Citi Advantage Platinum Select MasterCard is offering 50,000 American Airline miles if you spend $3,000 within 90 days. This is another one where the annual fee is waived the first year. I think it's $95. No foreign transaction fees. A really solid card. You can do a lot with 50,000 American Airline miles. That's enough for 2 round-trip domestic flights. It's enough for 1 round-trip flight to Europe and a bunch of other international destinations. We actually just used American miles to go to Italy in October, and I took this picture. This is in Capri, and it honestly might be the most beautiful place I've ever been. And our flights cost a total of 80,000 American miles and $109, because remember we had to pay those airline taxes and fees that the government charges. So basically we paid with airline miles and $109. And I loved Capri. I want to go back there again and stay longer. It was really, really beautiful. We also went all over Italy. There we are at the Statue of David and the Tower of Pisa. One of our friends added these silly graphics to it because Greg was pretending he was pushing it over, but he was so far away. It was just really funny. I don't know. I don't know why that's funny to me, but I just had to put it in there. This is the Roman Forum, and we're up on Palatine Hill overlooking the Roman Forum. And it was insane. That might be my favorite place on earth. We went up there. It's like a treacherous climb up there. And I was gimping along anyways because my feet hurt and my ankles hurt. But we went up there several times because it's just so amazing and beautiful. We finished our trip. We actually flew into Rome, and then we flew out of Venice back to Indianapolis. So this is in Venice, and Venice really is beautiful. We only stayed there a couple of days at the end of our trip, but it was everything I thought it would be and more. We even did a gondola ride, which I thought was really fun. It was $90, and I did not want to spend it, but it was totally worth it. It was like once in a lifetime thing that you do. You know, how do you go to Venice and not do a gondola ride? I'm going to take a drink real quick. Hold on. And by the way, if you have questions during this, please type them in the chat box, because when I'm done, I'll answer questions if there are any. So, all right. So those are my favorite personal credit cards. Now we're going to talk about my favorite business credit cards. And remember, like a business, like a business doesn't have to be a big corporation or anything. Like if you have a side hustle, you can get a credit card for it. We've had a credit card for every blog we've ever had. Every time we've changed our tax ID number and reconfigured a business, we start all over with the credit cards. If you have a side hustle, if you mow grass on the side, anything you're paying taxes on and you're accumulating income on, you can generally open a business credit card with. If you don't have a tax ID number, you can apply with your Social Security number and give it a shot. So my favorite business credit card, again, I'm back to Chase because I'm a huge Chase enthusiast, but is the Chasing Plus card. Right now, the sign-up bonus is actually 60,000 points after you spend $5,000 in 90 days, but the annual fee is not waived the first year. Annual fee is $95. But just like the points you earn with the Chase Sapphire Preferred, you can transfer these to 11 transfer partners. You can use them to shop in the Chase travel portal and just book your travel like you were using Expedia. The best part about this card, and why I think every business owner should get it, and anybody with a house really, is the earn 5 times points at office supply stores. That's really crazy when you think about it, because there's so many ways you can do that. If you actually buy office supplies, you earn 5% back on your office supplies. But you can also buy gift cards and do all kinds of funny things that way. Like, for example, I just bought $7,000 in hardwood floors for my house. So, because we're remodeling. And I went to Staples, which is an office supply store, and I bought $7,000 in Lowe's gift cards to pay for my floors. So I ended up earning 5 points per dollar spent at Lowe's just because I went through the office supply store to buy the gift cards first. So super lucrative. And again, this is a picture of a place we went to in Jamaica. I put this picture here because you can transfer points from Chase to Southwest and fly to Jamaica. Super awesome. My other favorite, this is going to make my husband laugh, but I love the Capital One Spark Cash for Business and the Capital One Spark Miles for Business cards, because I'm currently on my 7th one. I kid you not. They approve me every single time. I have no idea why. So every time I sign up for one, you get 50,000 points after you spend 4,500 in 90 days. But you also get 2 points per dollar spent. So you basically end up with 59,000 points. That's worth 590. This isn't like the other travel cards where you transfer them to like hotel loyalty programs or anything. That's just cash back. So you can use them for whatever you want. Well, I'm on my 7th one, so I've earned $4,200 in sign-up bonuses from these stupid cards. And honestly, I'm not sure if they're ever going to not approve me and give me another sign-up bonus. I almost want to just keep going to see if like it'll end at a certain point. But anyways, I really love this kind of reward too, because we used ours to book like bed and breakfast, like stuff, hotels that are harder to pay for with points because they don't belong to a big loyalty program. Like, for example, we used some of our Spark Cash points to stay in St. Martin. I took this picture at this little bar in Pinnell Island in St. Martin, and we paid for our all-inclusive hotel with cash back from the Spark cards. And honestly, this is one of the most beautiful scenes I've ever seen. And there's actually a bar, there are bar tables out in the water, and you could just stand there and have your drink. It was awesome. Oh, the hotel we stayed at that we paid for with cash back was right next to that world famous airport at Maho Beach in St. Martin, where the planes fly over right over the beach. It's really funny because it knocks people over, and like their chairs and towels and shoes will fall in the water. It's really funny to watch from a distance. I wouldn't want to get up close. So here at the end, I've got some questions and answers. A lot of people want to know if points and miles expire. Some do and some don't. Some make you keep them active, and they expire after 12, 24 months if you don't redeem or earn any points. But if you want to restart the clock, all you have to do is use your card for one purchase, even if it's a pack of gum, earn 1 point, and then you reset the clock for 12 or 24 months. Other kinds of points never expire, like Chase Ultimate Rewards. They never expire, so you never have to worry about it. Some basic tips to make it work. Stay organized. I keep my stuff in a spreadsheet. That's partially because I have so many credit cards, but I keep a simple spreadsheet with cards, when I signed up, when I earned the sign-up bonus, when I need to cancel the card if I plan on it. Another tip that's really important is you need to start earning points now for trips you want to do later, because a lot of people come to me and they're like, Holly, I want to go to Cancun on points next month. And I'm like, no, you cannot, because you don't even have time. This takes time. You have to sign up for a card. You have to meet a minimum spending requirement, which sometimes takes a couple of months. And then you have to wait for your points to post, and then you have to book. So it's kind of something where you got to think ahead. Like I book up to a year out all the time. I'll be like, Greg, I just booked a vacation next January or whatever. I mean, I like to do that. And it also gives you the most selection, because some of the programs have some limited availability. And when you book early, you don't have to deal with other people. So now that I've told you where we've gone on credit card rewards in the past year or two, next we're going to, well, first of all, we're going back to spring break at that resort in Jamaica I was talking about. Second, Greg and I are going on an adults-only trip to Cayman Islands, and we're staying at the Westin on Star Points. This is a very expensive hotel. I would never pay to stay there, but I'm going to go for free. We booked our flights on American, so we used miles to pay for our flights. It's going to be awesome. This summer, we're using Southwest points to go to Cancun. This is actually Playa del Carmen, where we're staying with our friends. And my best friend and her husband, and my husband and myself are going, and we rented a condo. And we're all flying out on Southwest, and we're going to stay a week, and it's going to be really, really fun. And this one I'm actually really excited about. In October, because of credit card rewards, I'm taking my family, as in my husband and our kids, plus my parents, to St. Thomas for 7 nights. And we rented 2 condos right on the beach next to each other. And we flew with City Thank You Points, which is a different kind of point that I didn't talk about in this webinar, but I write about them all the time. And I'm really excited to take my parents to St. Thomas because they've never been, and neither have I. But, you know, they put up with me growing up, and it's nice to give back. The cost of our flights for 6 flights was like $3,600 if I would have paid for them, which is crazy. But we're just going to fly down there and have a really, really awesome time. So, by the way, I offer free rewards advice, because a lot of people get overwhelmed by this, or they just don't want to mess with it. So basically, they tell me where they want to go, and I help them figure out a plan to get there. And if you go to my website, clubthrifty.com, see the little red arrow that says travel for free, and you just fill out the form, and then I can help you. And I offer free advice, no strings attached. And I've helped people go everywhere from, you know, tropical vacations to going to China to adopt a child. I mean, really, I've helped people travel all over the place. And also, if you do want to sign up for any of the credit cards I've mentioned here or any others, I do have affiliate links on my page. I get paid when people sign up, and I really appreciate it. No pressure at all, because I have no idea who signs up. It doesn't tell me who the individual apps are, but if you ever do, that's where you can sign up for them, and I will get credit for that. And yeah, my husband put this in here, clubthrifty.com/credit cards. And then also, we're on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, and Periscope at Club Thrifty. And we love our readers and followers, and we love communicating with everybody. And it's the fun part of blogging, is like interacting with other people. So, all right, so I'm gonna look at the other screen and see if there were any questions. And let me, hold on. I'm like so not good at technology. So, oh, I'm back. All right, so that's okay. It's okay. All right, I've got a couple questions. Okay, somebody says, let's see here. Concerning, oh, let me see. Let me start at the top.
Jamie's first.
Okay, Jamie. Okay, Jamie says, I feel like it's the secret world of travelers, but does it hurt your credit score to do this by signing up for a bunch of travel cards? Yes, in tiny little spurts. Like every time you sign up for a new card, it'll ding your score a couple points. And then after a couple months, it goes away. But the most important thing about your credit is your payment history. That makes up 35% of your FICO score. And the second most important factor is the amounts that you owe, which is your utilization. So if you're debt-free and you always pay your bills on time, you're going to have good credit regardless. My husband and I literally have anywhere between 20 to 40 credit cards at a time, and we still have scores over 800. So, I mean, it's really how you treat your credit overall. And if you just sign up for a few cards a year, it's not going to be a big deal. Somebody says, how are you dealing with the Chase 524 rule? That is tricky because recently people have been getting denied by Chase for new credit cards. I honestly don't know what to do. What's weird is that they approved my husband for a Chasing Plus card for our new business, and he had like 16 hard inquiries when they did. So I'm really confused. It seems like they're kind of selective about that. How I'm dealing with that in my personal life is that I'm pretty much ignoring it because I have all the Chase cards I want right now. But as far as advising people, you know, I wish I knew who would get approved and who wouldn't, because sometimes they're approving people you wouldn't think, and then other times they're not approving people who should be approved otherwise. Like somebody emailed me today and said they didn't get approved because they had 3 other credit cards last year. And, you know, they didn't have those 5 inquiries every 24 months. So I'm not really sure. Leona says she wishes the cards were good in Canada. I do too, Leona. I really, really, really do. Somebody says, concerning American Express business cards, can I get a bonus for 2 different businesses? Yes, you can. But if it's under your Social Security number, then I think it's only every 12 months. So what I do, because we have multiple businesses, we have rental properties and we have our website, and I used to have my freelancing business separate. I would sign up for like 1 under Greg's name in one business and 1 under my name in another business. So that's what I do.
2 tax ID numbers though.
Oh, they have 2 tax ID numbers? If they have 2 tax ID numbers, I still think that rule applies because I think it's linked to your Social Security number, because they'll only let each person earn the bonus every 12 months, not each business. So, okay, I think somebody says, good that you guys have a lot of cars and credit rated over 800. I was worried about that. Yeah. Well, you should care about your credit. But if your score goes from 815 to 812, like, who really cares? That's what I think. I mean, we live a debt-free lifestyle. We don't believe in borrowing money anyways, except for homes or investments like our rental properties. So what do I care if my credit score is 830 or 815? But if you're going to buy a house in the next 12 months, or if you plan to borrow money to start a business, or if you need to take out a car loan, then you might want to be more careful than that, because you have more incentive to watch your credit much more carefully than I do. So I hope that I answered everyone's questions, and I really, really thank you for coming. And I'm sorry for the technical glitches at the beginning. That's so embarrassing. And I'm not sure what else to say, except if you have any questions, please email me. I answer all my emails. People are always surprised when I answer, but I always answer. And you can also find me on Twitter. I actually do all the tweeting, so if you tweet me, I will tweet you back. And just thanks again for coming, and I really appreciate it. Thank you, everyone.